The first of the offerings is probably the one that you're most familiar with. It's nationwide mobility, and that's handsets, tablets, essentially what we all walk around these days, what we all have in our pockets. And it ranges from feature phones or flip phones, which we see a lot of in ruggedized format in the enterprise space, all the way up to the smartphones that we're all familiar with, the iPhone 5Ss, the Galaxy S5s, or whatever is the latest and greatest that's out there. And we service those devices on the Verizon, on the Sprint, and on the AT&T network currently. And we're always adding on additional carriers or additional features as they become available, because we want to be able to source all those for our customers, give our customers the most amount of options, and let them make a decision not based on one carrier, but more based on their needs and the coverage that's best in their given area. Fixed wireless, being the next category, has actually been probably one of our fastest growing products beyond our regular growth rate. And the reason, I think, predominantly has been around the speed of wireless networks. Traditionally, in any kind of backup environment where you're backing up a primary network with a wireless offering, speeds were not equivalent to where customers needed to do anything beyond process credit cards from cash registers, for example. But with the introduction of 4G LTE speeds, customers are now getting upstream and downstream rates that are probably equivalent to a T1 connection on a fixed circuit. So that's been something that's been really a game changer for us and has been very exciting in the industry, because we're now able to very quickly and efficiently provide our customers with a wireless backup solution that could keep their business up and running even when they have a primary circuit outage. And like I said, now I'll provide more information on the following slides, but that's really been, again, an area where the industry has shifted away from backing up primary circuits with other primary circuits and has now really adopted wireless, both for the convenience factor. A wireless circuit could be installed as quickly as we can drop ship an air card and a router as a simple example, so it could be overnight, as opposed to having to wait weeks, sometimes months, for primary circuits or secondary circuits to be installed. Typically, a very good solution, both in existing store environments, but we've also seen a lot of growth in new stores where retailers open up new locations. The broadband may not have been delivered within the time frame that they wanted, but they still want to be able to be up and running and be up in operation. And that's really where wireless broadband, the second component of that bullet, comes in. Wireless broadband is those, I think of it more as pop-up stores or new locations where you need to have broadband on demand. You need it now. Stores about to go live or locations about to go live, and you need broadband there. And again, wireless can provide that as an ongoing solution, not just in the short term. Of course, the same applies to mobile broadband. Many organizations still provide their mobile workforce with air cards, with MiFi units to be able to work remotely. What makes MetTel unique in this space is not only that we could source it on all available carriers currently, which is Verizon, AT&T, and Sprint, but also that we can build a secure environment around that offering. We typically enter into a new deployment where we can actually create a private network within the network, what's called a private IP for organizations. And that's very important because organizations want to be able to not only provide access to their employees when they're out visiting customers or doing their jobs remotely, they want to be able to keep it secure. Regardless of the vertical that you're in, you either have to abide by certain compliance rules. There's regulations out there. Healthcare, for example, a very big vertical that we serve, has HIPAA compliance. Retailers have PCI compliance. Very important compliances in order to keep you in the good graces of the government, but of course also keep down your liability level. You want to be able to ensure credit card transactions aren't compromised. You want to make sure that patient confidential information isn't compromised. And that's really where it's more than just providing the access. It's really providing a complete solution to the organization. The fourth category on this slide is actually probably the most exciting, beyond just having MetTel as that single source provider where you can source all your solutions. We've tried to identify where our customers have the greatest needs. And these needs typically do have additional costs associated to them. But what we've done at MetTel is working with providers, in this case, primarily the second bullet here, the mobile device management, working with mobile device management providers, we've actually been able to incorporate a solution as part of the offering, so thereby eliminating completely the cost of both licensing for mobile device management as well as support contracts or support hours that typically need to be purchased separately. So mobile device management has definitely been a huge advantage or a huge selling point for us. We do include it. It's all included within the offering. We're currently using AirWatch. AirWatch is actually ranked by Gartner to be a leader in their Magic Quadrant. And that's really the reason why we chose it. We want to be able to provide our customers with solutions that they would otherwise go and source themselves. And in this case, all smart operating systems for devices provisioned through MetTel come with AirWatch mobile device management at no additional charge.